Hey, I'm Geeky Pastimes, and this is a quick video to update you on everything we found so far in Season 2 of Warzone. So we've had kind of lots of new things added to the map, lots of things changed a little bit. We went in thinking maybe there's going to be a new Easter egg, maybe there's going to be something to solve, and we don't have an Easter egg to solve yet. We don't have something that we think we can actually sort of interact with as of yet. But we have found lots of things that are pretty cool, and I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's going to be happening kind of over the next couple of weeks, over the rest of this Outbreak event. So, with the Season 2 update, there's been new locations. So on the map, you've got obviously the ship is the big one, the big Vodianoy, which is between kind of port and prison and is kind of crashed up against the coast there. It looks really impressive, looks very, very cool. And then the other two big ones are the big new bunker areas, kind of these silos underneath what used to be the Spomenic. So one of them up near military base is kind of opened up, sort of between bunkers 4 and 5. And then one of them down near bunker 0, down the southwest of the map. That one's just, the Spomenic's completely gone. Spomenic's like a Bulgarian war memorial, but apparently that's the proper name for them, and that's what it calls them in the game. So underneath there, they've sort of opened up or disappeared, and there's big, quite extensive silos underneath with lots of different rooms and lots of different things in them. Other things that have changed on the map, the underground areas are pretty much gone. Bunker 10's still there, and the new bunker underneath the airport runway, those are still there. All of the other bunkers are sealed now. All the ones that you used to be able to use an access card in, you just can't interact with the keypad. Same for the ones that used to put a code in, so bunkers 1 and 3, you can't put a code in. Bunker 10 is just open now, so you can just go straight in. All of the shacks you can just go straight in, so the prison shack, the farm shack, the TV station shack, you can just walk straight in now. Bunker 11 doesn't work at all, and all of the Easter eggs have actually been deactivated. So Bunker 11, all of the phones don't work anymore. Strangely enough, the 7 computers that used to ask you to enter a password, those don't work either anymore. You can't do anything with them. The Bunker 11 door you can't interact with. The stadium offices, all of those are just open now. You don't need keycards or anything, but the computers inside them don't work. And the boardroom, where you used to be able to get the blueprint, that's completely open now, but the blueprint's not there. City Hall, you can't interact with the keypad at all. This hasn't affected Rebirth. Rebirth, it's all still the same way it was, so you can still do that Easter egg. But yeah, the stadium one's gone, City Hall's gone, Bunker 11 isn't working at the moment, at least. Also interesting, other underground areas, like all the metro stations are sealed off, there's like shutters down. The metro stations are there, so it's not like they've reverted the map to what it was like before, but they're just sealed off. And also in Stadium, all of the underground parking is sealed off, so there's like shutters stopping you from going downstairs anywhere in the stadium, which is very, very strange. So in all of the new areas, so the 2 new silos, also in Bunker 10 and in the airport bunker, the one underneath the runway, there's a new machine. So this machine's one of the most interesting things that we found so far. And this machine has a load of different codes on it. It's got some 8-digit codes, which obviously would be interesting if we had keypads to put them in, and a 10-digit code and a bunch of other ones, to be honest. And then a skull and a reading that says 5%. We currently think that what's going on is that 5% is explaining how much of the map has been taken over by zombies. So at the moment, 1 location on the map has been taken over, and there's about 20 locations on the map, so 1 location is 5%. The shipwreck's the only place that has this, like, on the map, it's got this, like, claw mark across it. That, we think, is going to spread. So over the rest of the event, we've got 2 weeks of this event. We think over sort of each day, a couple of new locations, or 1 new location maybe, is going to have that over it, and zombies will start spawning there until eventually the whole map is overrun. And as each one gets overrun, I'm assuming the number on these machines is going to go up until it gets to 100%. When it gets to 100%, that's when we think we'll be able to do something with it, interact with it. And then maybe that'll link to the sort of missiles that are in the silos, because the silos have missiles in. So Bunker 10 and the one near Bunker 0 and the one up near military base, they all have the same missiles in. I kind of think what's going to happen is that I don't think they're just nukes and they're going to come up and go up and then come back down and then nuke. I think instead it's going to turn out to be some sort of device to wipe out a zombie infestation. So some sort of fail-safe. Outbreak, the new mode that's come to Black Ops Cold War Zombies, is all about kind of Requiem doing research, so trying to research into the Dark Ether and into zombies. And this, obviously, Warzone's happening like 30 years after all of that was going on. So I kind of think what we're actually going to be doing is activating devices that are things that are kind of products of the research that Requiem's doing, in order to kind of wipe them out. Maybe using the old, Russian missile silos and missiles, but I think they've maybe been retrofitted with devices that can be used to wipe out the zombies. That's my theory, at least. It's just speculation. So I think eventually the map's going to get overrun with zombies. At the end of the event, there's going to be some sort of thing where we can go around and activate these 3 missiles. They're going to go up, detonate, something will happen where some energy wave will go out, which will clear the whole map of zombies. That's kind of what I think is going to be happening. But it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we'll know a bit more tomorrow if suddenly another place gets the scratch marks on it and then zombies spawn there and then the number goes up to 10%. There are some other interesting things on the map, interesting things we found. So there's a new pier at the dam. There doesn't seem to be any purpose to it, but it's pretty big. It's up at the reservoir at the top of dam. There's a big pier there. I've looked all around it, couldn't find anything on it, nothing to interact with, but it, I assume it's for some purpose. There's also a device in the silo down the southwest that looks like, this big sort of ball type thing. It's a real thing, apparently, called a mass damper. And apparently big buildings have them to kind of stop vibrations, from damaging the structure. So that's a real thing. And it looks really cool. It's like a cool object that's in there on these sort of winches. And then there's also in that same sort of silo bunker, whatever we want to call it, there's also a model, like this wooden model that I haven't seen before. And it looks like it's, an area of the map, but I can't work out where it is. It doesn't seem to be anywhere in Warzone as far as we can tell. Some of the buildings look quite strange. There's like a water tower. There's what looks like a sort of little, little air raid, old style air raid shelter or something. That we don't know where it is. It could be a multiplayer map, maybe. It could be somewhere from campaign. It could be somewhere from Outbreak. I don't know. I haven't been into Outbreak yet to have a look. So it could be from any of those. Now, there's other things going on. Obviously, on the ship, the big sort of event thing that you can do at the moment is if you go up to the trials machine, if you go in the sort of broken section of the ship down at the bottom, and then you go up to the right, you'll find there's a trials machine. You can activate that. They'll start spawning zombies. If you kill 40 zombies, then you will get a keycard, like a yellow keycard will drop. You can pick that up, and then you need to go to this sort of big box, and you can open that up, and you'll get some loot. We didn't get anything particularly good, like an armor satchel, UAV, stuff like that. Nothing spectacular, but that's one of the things you can do as well, okay? Now, there's also a few big sealed doors, the sort of like big blast door type things. And there's some of these in the silos and in the ship. I think maybe as time goes on, these might be something that could be opened in future. These could be possible Easter egg rooms for the future. But at the moment, I don't think there's anything that can be done with them. There's no way to interact with them. There's no keypads near them, anything like that. So, if you find something, if you see something that I've missed, something that I haven't seen, please do let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know on Twitter, Geeky Pastimes over there, or come check out my streams at twitch.tv/Geeky Pastimes. We'll be playing this most of the weekend, and we actually have a community night going on Saturday night where we're going to be playing Outbreak, and people from the UK who are over 18 have a chance to win 2,400 COD points. If you found this video useful or interesting, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Enemy soldier incoming.